Hi, welcome to Maximize Living Connecticut. My name is Dr. Allie Mendelson. Maximize Living is an organization with a passion and a mission to change the way that people view and manage their health. Proverbs 14:12 says, "There's a way that seems right to man. In the end, it's the way to death." At Maximize Living, we want to transform your life. We want to renew your mind. And when it comes to your health, we want you to live the life that God intended for you. And we want you to have the health and the body that God intended you to have. At Maximize Living, we teach 5 essentials of having an amazing life. Max mind, max nerve system, max nutrition, max oxygen, and lean muscle, and minimize toxins. And so each week I cover topics related to one or more of these essentials and give you real action steps to apply these principles to your life. And so these are essentials for having the life that God intended you to have. They aren't just good ideas, they're essential. So if you have any questions about anything you hear, or you want to call and make an appointment to come talk to me, have a consultation with me if you have health issues or just want to be healthier, my number is 888-522-3331. Again, my name is Dr. Allie Mendelson. I'm in Farmington, and this radio show is Maximize Living Connecticut. I do have a website for the radio show. It's maximizedlivingct.com. That's maximizedlivingct.com. And again, the number is 888-522-3331. So I'm going to pick up where I left off last week. There's a lot of information to cover. We're talking about becoming a cancer killer. And I gave you the first half an hour last week of learning how to turn your body into a cancer killer. And we're going to continue with that. I'm going to backstep just a bit for any of you who didn't hear the last week's show. So cancer is not genetics. Cancer is not bad luck. Cancer isn't just something that you get for whatever reason. Cancer is something that you give yourself because of lifestyle. So that's good news. And the reason that's good news is because if you give yourself cancer, you can then prevent it by making better choices. So if our choices and our lifestyle cause us to get cancer, our choices and our lifestyle can cause us to not get cancer. Cancer is it's not a conscious choice. Cancer is an unconscious choice. It's things that you may not know that cause it. You're living that right now, giving yourself cancer. So we are going to make it a conscious choice. I'm going to teach you what causes it, how to make those changes. We want to prevent it. And if you have cancer, we're going to talk about ways to get rid of that naturally and make sure you stop making cancer. Your body makes cancer. The reason you have cancer is because your body's making it. We have to tell your body to stop making it, and it'll stop making the cancer cells. All right, so there's 5 causes of cancer, and they all relate to the 5 essentials of Maximize Living. Isn't that convenient? There's stress or mindset. There's poor nutrition. Sugar feeds cancer. Sugar causes one of the biggest causes of cancer. There's poor fitness. Not enough oxygen in your body can lead to cancer cells developing. Toxicity. Too much toxins cause cancer in your body as well. And there's subluxation. If you don't have a properly functioning nerve system, or your brain isn't properly communicating with your body, that's one of the surest ways to become a cancer maker and not a cancer killer. So we need to turn these things around. I'm going to talk about each one of these separately. So stress. And the stress that causes cancer can be mental, it could be chemical, it could be physical. We participate in a sick care model of healthcare. We're proactive versus, we're reactive. I have a headache, so you take a pill, all right? So you keep taking pills, keep taking pills. That you're reacting. You're not proactive. Proactive would be like, what is causing these headaches? What can I do differently so that I don't get them in the first place? Instead of having to take pills every day, ibuprofen, aspirin, whatever it is that you're taking, or something stronger to get rid of a headache, why don't we become proactive and figure out what's causing that headache so we can truly get rid of it without having to take medicine that causes more problems. It's the same thing with cancer. We are reactive instead of proactive. We react. Oh my gosh, there's cancer cells now. Now I have cancer. Who knows where it came from? You never know doctors don't know where cancer comes from. You're going to learn where it comes from. Doctors don't know where it came from. And so now we're going to be reactive and try to poison it and try to cut it out and try to burn it with radiation, right? You poison with chemo, you cut with surgery, and you burn with radiation. That's reactive. That's not proactive. Proactive is figuring out what caused this cancer in the first place. 100% of your choices dictate your health, whether or not you get cancer and whether you do get cancer or any other health problem. All right. So stress, there's a lot of stress in our lives. Don't for a second think that doesn't cause cancer, because it is a big cause of cancer, because the stress in your life causes you to causes cortisol to get released, causes adrenaline to get released, causes your adrenal glands to get shot, causes your body not to take in enough oxygen, causes you to eat too much sugar. All of these things, stress, mental stress, like say, you have cancer in your family. So so in your mind, you may be thinking, because I've heard people talk like this, you may be thinking, I'm going to get cancer. 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 If you keep saying that to yourself, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get cancer, because you're talking it into your life. You're speaking it into your life. You can't speak that into your life. You can't. You have to, if you're afraid of getting cancer, then let's give you some action steps to do. But if you hear yourself thinking, I'm going to get cancer, you say, no, I'm not going to get cancer. And you say it out loud, because this is pretty common. And sometimes people get cancer and like, you have 9 months to live. And what do they think? I have 9 months to live. I have 9 months to live. I have 9 months to live. And then they die at 9 months, because you know what? They're believing what they're being told. And so their actions are going to accommodate their belief system. So if you think, I'm going to die in 9 months, you're going to do things that are going to just lead you to let you die in 9 months. You're thinking that way. You're reacting that way. You're feeling yourself getting worse. You're almost causing yourself to get worse. You're not proactively trying to go out there and kill the cancer, right? So the mindset is huge when it comes to any disease, and especially cancer. And there's a lot of fear built into this, a lot of fear that you are being programmed with from medicine, that, oh my gosh, you can't do anything about it. There's nothing you can do. You can't prevent it. We have no idea where you get it. No, we do. And we're going over that right now. All right. So we're not going to fall for that fear trap, right? If there's no faith, there's fear. Fear is where there is no faith. So you all listening, you have faith. There's no fear there. Fear can't live where there's true faith. God gave you what you need and gave you an outline for how to be healthy. You just have to follow it. And that's what we teach at Maximize Living. We teach you how to follow the outline that God gave you for your health and for your life. So if you have any questions about what I'm talking about, my name is Dr. Ali Mendelson. I'm in Farmington. My phone number is 888-522-3331. That's 888-522-3331. And my website, you can listen to all my radio shows, maximizedlivingct.com. That's maximizedlivingct.com. So here are some of the profiles, the personality profiles of people who get cancer. There has been loss or grief, whether in a relationship, whether someone dies. There's unfulfilled passion. There's unworthiness. There's a feeling that you have that you feel like you're unworthy. There's an avoidance of conflict, or there's tension in a parental relationship. These are all personality profiles of people who are going to develop cancer. Because there's negative thoughts, there's feeling of unworthiness, there's feeling of unfulfillment. You avoid conflict, you hold things in, there's a lot of tension. All of those things are very real stressors that can physically affect the hormones and the function of your body and lead you to get sick. All right. And sometimes when there's too many options, and there's too many things to think about, there's too much going on, we become paralyzed with too many options, right? We just don't know what's causing this? What's wrong with me? Why do I have this? And and then there's all these different things that you can do. You can do chemo, radiation, surgery, all three. You can start with this, you can do that. There's so much stuff going on. And none of that's healthy. Thinking bad thoughts about yourself, not healthy, right? Thinking, feelings of being overwhelmed about getting a disease, or if you have a disease, feeling overwhelmed with, now what do you do? What about the financial aspect? What about, what do I really do? is there's too much going on, and it can paralyze you. You just really don't want to do anything, and what you end up doing is just whatever they tell you. What do the doctors tell you? Oh, you have to do this, and now you're scared because they have created fear about cancer, massive fear about cancer, because it's a big business. They make a lot of money off these drugs. They've created a lot of fear just to get you into the system. So, but if you want to create your body to be a cancer killer, there aren't very many things that you need to do, okay? You need to get adjusted and get your nervous system functioning, get God's power turned on, get your body, the power that God put in your brain speaking to your body. That's getting adjusted. There's diet, how to eat healthy, God's plan for your eating, the Bible's plan for your eating, not man's plan for your eating, which consists of sugar and flour and high fructose corn syrup and soda and pizza and everything that tastes good at the moment and makes you feel bad. There's healthy food that God created us to eat. It's not necessarily just Daniel's diet. I mean, there's lots of vegetables, but there are things that you can eat that taste good and are fulfilling and are great, and it's not just eating vegetables, okay? So there's getting adjusted, there's diet, there's proper exercise to get oxygen and oxygen and to balance your hormones, and then there's the proper supplementation. This is how you create your body to be a cancer killer. You don't give it any options. There's no option. There's lack of vitamin D leads to 85% more breast cancer. Guess what? We're going to make sure you have vitamin D. Your vitamin D levels in your blood are right, so you have 85% less chance of having breast cancer. Right? You have to have the proper supplementation. If your body's lacking something that's bad, we don't want you to lack anything. We want you to have full health, okay? And eat right and do all those things. That's it. Get adjusted, diet, exercise, proper supplements. Done. And keep toxins away. So here are the simple things to do to turn your body into a cancer killer. Don't consume food dyes and additives, right? Food dyes and additives create cancer, create tumors, create thyroid disease, create allergic reactions, and create hyperactivity. And these items cause damage to your immune system, causing all of these things. So it's simple. God didn't create food dyes or additives or preservatives, did he? No, man created that. So if you're reading a label and there's something that says artificial color, artificial flavor, even sometimes natural color or flavor, you have to be careful. That's additives and food dyes, and unless it says carrot, vegetable, like whatever, dyed with carrot powder or something, that's okay. But even if it says natural, a lot of times it's not natural. So you have to make your own stuff. So you stay away from things that have food dyes or additives, right? Simple. God didn't create those, man did. If you're reading a label, you're like, what is that? You don't eat it. You eliminate sugar. It's so much easier than it sounds. I know it's very daunting when people hear, oh, eliminate sugar. Yeah, eliminate sugar. You're going to feel so much better when you get rid of sugar. You have no idea. You can't imagine how good you can feel. And the good feeling of not eating sugar is so much better than the fleeting moment of how sweet it tastes in your mouth. It's completely so much better. You can't even imagine how much better it is to not eat it. And we do classes at the office. We have a nutritional program where we're going to really help you change your diet and really help you eliminate sugar and flour. I mean, you can eat chocolate cupcakes that's not made with sugar and flour, with almond meal and with eggs and butter and with xylitol and raw cocoa, and you'll never know that there's no sugar and flour in there. Okay, so it's not like, oh, go chew on some celery. Good luck with that. We're going to give you recipes. We're going to teach you where to buy this stuff. We're going to help you with your mindset. I mean, you can just change all this. And isn't it worth it? You can give up sugar and not get cancer, right? It's worth it. Cancer cells have more receptors for sugar than any other cell. Sugar decreases your immune system function immediately. If you eat sugar, your immune system is like not functioning for like 3 to 5 hours. Done. It's not even doing anything. You are so receptive to like anything at that point after you eat sugar. And if you eat sugar all the time, you're just receptive to cancer all the time. Sugar feeds cancer cells and promotes the spread of cancer because cancer cells have more receptors for sugar than regular cells. And cancer cells eat and eat and eat sugar. So cancer cells are cells that don't die, which we spoke about last week. So when you eat sugar, you feed the monster within. You feed those cancer cells so they can just keep reproducing and reproducing, right? So we can help you get rid of cancer. Help you, of course, get rid of cancer, help you get rid of sugar. So if you have any questions about this, about anything I'm talking about, or that I've talked about in the past, my name is Dr. Allie Mendelson. I'm in Farmington, Connecticut, right near West Hartford, kind of right off 84. My phone number is 888-522-3331. And you can also listen to all of my old radio shows at maximizedlivingct.com. So that's 888-522-3331, my phone number. And my website is maximizedlivingct.com. If you come in for a consultation, if you want to learn more about the nutrition/weight loss program to change your lifestyle, change your diet, if you want to learn about any of that, I do advanced talks every month. Every month it's a different topic. It's free to the public, so you're welcome to call, and I'll tell you when my next talk is, and you can come and just sit and listen. There's so many ways that you can just get some good information and, get started getting help. So you have to take advantage of that. Okay, so let's talk a little more about sugar. So a PET scan, you've probably all have heard of PET scans. PET scans use radioactive sugar to identify cancer. So they put radioactivity in, they take this radioactive sugar and just inject it into you. And that sugar just goes right directly for that cancer's location, because that cancer draws that sugar. So cancer cells eat sugar so rapidly. So that's why this test can identify the cancer's location, because that radioactive sugar, bam, makes a beeline right for that cancer location. So the PET scan therefore feeds cancer cells and promotes the growth and spread of cancer. It doesn't just find it, it promotes the growth and spread of it. So you have to be really careful. You have to find out what these tests are and what they're doing and how they work, So we will give you a plan that eliminates sugar, which starves cancer cells. You can have when you find out you have cancer, it didn't just happen. It happened 15, 20 years ago. Most people are developing cancer right now. And what you need to do is you need to starve those cancer cells starting now and stop feeding those cancer cells sugar right now. And right now you have to do that so that you don't end up getting the cancer. We don't want you to get the cancer and then fix it. We want you to prevent the cancer, all right? You may never know that you were developing it. Good. Who needs to know that, right? Let's just prevent it. And I got to tell you, so many people come to the office and change their eating, and it's just wow, I didn't know it was going to be that easy. So you don't want to consume toxic meat. That's another massive amount of cancer producing. There's so much toxicity in regular meat. So if you're going to buy anything organic and spend any money on that, you start with animal products. It takes about 5 to 8 pounds of chemically sprayed grain to produce 1 pound of beef. That is highly concentrated chemicals in that beef that you're buying. So therefore, you will ingest considerably more cancer-causing chemicals from meat than from fruit and vegetables. So if you're going to spend some money buying organic, don't buy organic carrots, buy organic meat, buy organic milk, because that is concentrated toxic chemicals. So on average, 1 glass of inorganic store-bought milk contains the residue of about 100 different antibiotics. And once in your body, these antibiotics weaken your immune system. Okay, so the meat and the milk, that's where you start. You don't know where to get it, you call me and we will tell you where to get this stuff. It's not hard to get, and it's not that much more expensive. It's a little bit more expensive, and a little bit, but you know what? It tastes so much better. It tastes so much better. So again, if you have a question about this, call 888-522-3331. I'm Dr. Allie. Don't consume dangerous additives in your meat. So don't consume meat or deli products or hot dogs or anything like that has nitrates in it. You have to be bacon has that, have to be really careful. What nitrates does is it will give a fresh color to packaged meats, because you know what? Packaged meat is disgusting. It would be gray. Natural meat is amazingly beautifully dark reddish brown. It's beautiful. and it tastes good. But gross commercial meat that's been fed bad grain and antibiotics and hormones and steroids and pesticides is like gray. It's disgusting. So they make it red by adding nitrates. So nitrates are banned in many countries. It's almost banned in the United States. That's coming soon. The World Cancer Research Fund concluded in 2009 that, quote, processed meats are too dangerous for human consumption. Did you hear that? Processed meats are too dangerous for human consumption. So then why are people still making it, buying it? Well, I guess, that's what they're doing. They don't care. 67% increased risk of pancreatic cancer if you consume nitrates. And so buy fresh meat. Buy meat that's grass-fed. I've done some radio shows on it. You can listen to it, but don't eat commercial meat. Let's talk a little bit about fitness and cancer. Fitness, exercise helps control your body weight, keeps your hormones and your insulin in a good balance, and that decreases your desire for sugar, and it increases your body's ability to be sensitive to insulin and to get rid of sugar quickly and not gain weight. It aids in detoxification naturally. Exercise balances your hormones. Exercise stimulates a healthy neurologic response. So exercise is really, really good for you. But all exercise is not created equally. People are probably thinking, well, Lance Armstrong got cancer. Yeah, because he exercised too much. Too much cardio is bad. It's good news, isn't it? Don't go on a treadmill for 2 hours. That's not how we work out. That's not good. That raises your stress hormones. That's putting your body under more stress. That's releasing cortisol and releasing endorphins, which feel good, but aren't good for you. Cortisol stimulates your appetite. It makes you hungry. It has catabolic properties, which means it breaks down your body. It increases your body's increases your body's fat storage and slows down your recovery. So cortisol is like the worst thing you could ever want to produce in your body. And emotional stress will release cortisol, but physical stress from too much exercise will release cortisol. All right. And cortisol also decreases testosterone and growth hormone so that there's less testosterone, less growth hormone. So you can't build muscle and burn fat. But of course, any exercise is better than no exercise, but you want to do real exercise. You want to do surge or burst training. You want to do short periods of high intensity. 15, 20 minutes of high intensity training where you go all out for a minute, you rest for a minute. You go all out for a minute, you rest for a minute. We do these boot camps at my office. They're free. It's called Max T3. You feel free to come and try it. If you want to sign up to try that, my number is 888-522-3331. I'm Dr. Allie. I'm in Farmington. And 3 days a week, we do Max T3. And you can learn how to do it. You can buy a DVD and do it at home. It's 12 minutes of a high intensity. It strengthens your immune system. It increases your growth hormone, which you want, and your testosterone. It balances your hormones, which is good for PMS and menopause and infertility and everything. It causes fat to be continuously burned for 36 hours after you exercise. It improves circulation to your brain and nervous system, right? So that's the difference. So when you're trying about becoming a cancer killer, you're talking about like a fine tuning what you do. Instead of going just jogging for half an hour, you're not going to get much out of that. And you're probably like bored and probably doesn't feel good and you're releasing some cortisol. You just spend 12 minutes doing some high intensity exercise, man. You're going to feel great. Have a few more minutes. Toxicity is the big one. And they're all the big one with cancer. I can't say one is the big one and one isn't. They're all big. When it comes to cancer, fluoride, mold, pesticides, mercury, lead, all these things they assault your immune system. They destroy your immune system. They get lodged in your organs. They kill you. They slowly kill you. They choke the life out of your body, all these toxins. Pain relievers, ibuprofen. Women taking 1 ibuprofen a day for 5 years increase their risk of breast cancer by 50%. Women taking one aspirin a day for 5 years increase their risk of breast cancer by 80%. Antibiotic use is associated with increased risk of breast cancer. The more antibiotics used, the higher risk of breast cancer. So the most common toxins, medication. We got to get you off your medication. More toxins is bad nutrition. dyes and pesticide and all that stuff, pesticides in the food. It's the cleaning products that you're using, the shampoo and the soap that you're using. I have to tell you, we do all of these things in the office. We have classes to teach you how to make your own shampoo and cleaning products and make it cheap. We teach you how to make your own personal care products. You make your own, you make your own shampoo, body butter, you make your own everything. You make your own mouthwash and toothpaste. We got to stop using all this commercially made stuff that's full of toxic chemicals and get back to what God intended for us, and do things the right way instead of relying on chemistry. It's not better living through chemistry, right? It's more death through chemistry. We have detoxes in the office, amazing daily detox, which gets your body detoxing itself, which is what you want to do. I mean, we have amazing, good vitamin D. We have all kinds of really good stuff. There's so much more to talk about. I might have to do another week on this. So, if you have any questions, if you want to come for a consultation, you have cancer, someone who has cancer, or you just simply want to prevent cancer, please call me. My name is Dr. Allie. My number is 888-522-3331. Again, free consultation. My name is Dr. Allie Mendelson. I'm in Farmington. My number is 888-522-3331. My radio show website is maximizedlivingct.com. You can listen to all my old radio shows and send me an email, ask me a question, really, really whatever you need. All right. So I really want to hear from you guys. If you want to come to a nutrition talk, if you want to join my nutrition program, if you want to come to a T3 exercise, if you want to come to a free advanced workshop, call. The only way we're going to get you help is if you call me and get in and get involved with what we're doing in the office. Come to a class to make your own shampoo, whatever you want, however you want to start this, just start it. Again, my name is Dr. Allie. My number is 888-522-3331. May God bless your day.